Hello, my name's Drew Griffith. I'm in the classics department here at Queen's. My furry brown friend here is Tito. Classics is the study of ancient Greece and Rome, and I teach a course in ancient humor, which is a kind of a fun way of getting inside the heads of the ancient Greeks and the Romans to see, obviously, what they thought was funny, but also other aspects about the way they viewed the world, which was so different from the way that we do. Greeks and Romans tended to think of their place in the world as being lower than gods, but higher than animals. Human beings differ from gods because we will all someday die, whereas gods never will. We are different from animals, however, because we have communities, and animals always are loners, living alone. By the way, the Greeks and the Romans were really freaked out by bees, who seem not to have read the script on this one. What makes us able to live in communities, unlike animals, is that we have modesty and justice. Modesty is the ability to feel shame, knowing what it is you're supposed to do in public and what you're supposed to keep private. My friend Tito here is very happy to do in public parks things that you and I would know to keep within the closed doors. Justice is the ability to help one's friends and harm one's enemies. Now, every so often, people go off the rails. Sometimes you find somebody who tries to act as though they were a god. This ticks off the real gods, fills them with jealousy, and provokes a tragedy. There's nothing really humorous there, but sometimes the opposite happens, and someone goes off the rails by trying to act like an animal, getting something for nothing, which is to say, unjustly, without caring who sees them do it, which is to say, immodestly. When that happens, it sets in play a whole sequence of comic events, because the mooch, trying to get something for nothing, flatters his host to keep him in his good graces, and once the host gets flattered enough, he begins to get a swelled head and think that he really can do anything and really is an expert on everything. This becomes a problem because quacks like this seldom are content to keep their light under a bushel, and they feel that they need to go around offering their so-called expertise to everyone they meet, which turns those poor people into suckers until along comes the bubble burster, the down-to-earth, right-thinking everyman who asks simple, basic questions that the quack cannot answer, thereby exposing him as a fraud and bringing about ridicule. The ridicule directed to the quack shuts him up, pulls the moocher back into line, liberates the suckers, and generally restores order to the body politic. So it is that comedy is born and has a healthy effect upon the whole society. So, well, what do you think, Tito? Would you like a treat? You're going to give me something for the treat? Oh, look, he's wagging his tail. He loves me. He thinks I'm a genius. Of course, I actually am a genius. You know, do you have any nuclear physics courses you'd like me to teach?